A big part of what I do, I motivate, inspire. I don't classify myself more like a motivational speaker. The words that I say can be motivating, but nobody can motivate you to do anything. People can get you excited, but the motivation has to come from inside of you, has to come from you. When the motivation comes from you, that is the lasting motivation that you can ever get. Motivation has to come from within. I see it more like what I do is to inspire, because inspirations comes from within. Any lasting change has to come from within, like the law of correspondence as within. So for things to manifest, to happen on the exterior, it first has to be in the interior. The last thing I was going to say about that is like the oak tree has to be planted. The oak tree after planting, takes about 100 years to spring forth into full-blown tree. In the time frame between 0 and 100, you think nothing is happening. It appears like nothing is happening in the exterior world. But the oak tree, taking so long, comes up to be the biggest, the tallest, most spread out, most rooted, most lasting plant ever. I think a chicken takes 3 weeks to goes from a seed to a chicken. A horse takes maybe 7 months, but human beings take 9 months. But the difference between us and an animal or other living things is that the human being comes to this earth not knowing anything, has no survival instinct. You give birth a baby, and if you don't feed the baby, that baby will die because the baby does not know to go get food for itself. But an animal, you birth an animal, let's say a squirrel or kangaroo, even a rat, this thing hits the ground running, going to look for food right away. They don't need to be taught how to look for food. It's an instinct. They live on instinct. So that's the difference between us and an animal. A human being has to be taught how to live, exist, how to feed itself, how to take care of itself, how to get basic food. So we all come into this universe on a clean slate with no programs, like a computer. You buy a computer has no programs, right? You have to put a program in a computer for a computer to operate. And the program that you put in a computer is what determines how well the computer functions. So that is basically the difference between a human being and an animal. But the good thing is that every creature on earth has a start and an end date, or has a starting line and a finish line. But a human being is one creature that has a start date, but no limit to how high, how far, how well, how big you can grow as a human being. That is one big advantage that we have over every other creature. So how do we use this information or this knowledge? Whatever profession you want to go into, do it because it's something that you enjoy. If you face or go after any profession, I'm talking to young people now. Most people in their teenage age, they don't know what they want to do as a career in college. Even most people in college, they don't even know what careers they want to pursue or what field they want to work in. Oftentimes, people just do things because of the money that is attached to things. Which career pays more money? Which career has everybody migrating towards? People just gravitate to professions that seem to be, has more to offer job-wise. On one hand, it's a good thing, but on the other hand, if you can blend the job that you do or the career that you choose, if you can blend it with your passion, if you can blend it with your skill, with the talents that you have naturally, things that you migrate to, that you don't need a lot of effort to do, things that come to you easily, then we say a genius is born, because you end up doing not only what you love, but because it's what you love, you do it effortlessly. See, they say all human abilities or human skills can be learned, All business skills can be learned. You can learn how to sell, how to close deals, how to be a real estate agent, how to be a lawyer. You can even learn how to be a doctor. You can learn how to be a lawyer. You can learn how to be a mechanic. You can learn how to be almost anything. Any skills can be learned. It's learnable. But when those skills come from a place where it flows, where it's fluid, it becomes a symphony like Mozart. That is what distinguishes the greats from just the average individual. Basically, for the young ones that want a career in acting, modeling, sports, fashion, dancing, even in the medical field, or whatever you want to be, the main thing is do things, create your career around the things that you love, that you can do effortlessly. If you find a way to blend the two, it's more enjoyable, it's more satisfying. Now, I've been putting out a lot of affirmations video, and I've been diving into the world of affirmations. Affirmations is basically how we program our subconscious mind. You say affirmations in your conscious mind. You say it so often, repetitiously, to the point where it becomes a natural thing. When it becomes a natural thing, that is how you reprogram your subconscious mind. And I say this because when I was growing up, I was not a very confident person. I could not speak in public. I could not speak where, if it was past one or two people and people that I'm familiar with, because I was very shy. I wished I had the talent to be able to charm people, to talk in front of an audience. My brother was that way. My brother was a good talker. And for some reason, it looks like the ladies loved guys that are confident, that can talk, that can make people laugh. And I used to envy that about my brother growing up because he was just so good. He was so calm, relaxed, and could navigate his way around a crowd, people. But when I reflect now and look back to how I've grown from who I used to be to who I am now, anything is possible. I tell you that whatever you're challenged with, it's very possible to overcome it. It's very possible to break through that barrier. Because if I did overcome my shyness, you can overcome whatever you're going through. But now I'm sharing this with you to say that whatever you need a breakthrough in, if it's in business, you don't know how to close deals, you don't know how to get clients. If you're a student, you don't know what career to choose. You don't know how to talk to girls. You're not very open because you're shy and introverted. Even teenagers, even when kids that are under 10, because after 7, kids become more aware of the environment. That's when boys start becoming shy. Even girls start becoming shy after 7. They're more sensitive to what people say. One word at that age can really change the trajectory of your life. Some kids are going through, or some adults are going through stuff that happened to them when they were kids. Today, most men, I don't know this for a fact, but you saw the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin. There are some people in today's world that are virgins at 40 just because they've not been able to break through the stage fright or the word somebody said at a certain age. They've not been able to overcome that hurdle. That thing is still being defined by such things. Affirmations help us to overcome those kinds of subconscious programming. So whatever you're dealing with today that you're struggling with is because of some programming that happened even without your consent, without your knowledge. Because as a baby, as a child, you had no consent to what environment you were born in, where you grew up, where your parents are from. You have no say in what schools you attended, what nurseries you went to, what neighbors you have. Today, to go from A to B, A meaning where you are now, B meaning where you want to get to. It is very possible with affirmations. Affirmations is how you can reprogram your mind to be confident. Oftentimes, youth are always dealing with identity issues. They are trying to fit in and belong to the popular group. Boys do it, girls do it. Just recently, I was watching this show, Diamond, with my son. My son is 6 years old. So we are watching Diamond, one of the programs. And right away, he starts telling me, that's Karen is somebody who talks about people in not a nice way. Karen is not nice. Karen makes fun of people. I'm like, wow, he was really getting into this show. This kid is only 6, but he was very aware about who a Karen is, how to be nice to people, how Karen embarrass people. But that was interesting. So what I'm saying is kids start becoming conscious at a very young age. And oftentimes adults can get to a place where they become stuck because of the box that they were put in at a very young age. Now, affirmations is how you reprogram your mind. Affirmations is how you rewrite the program, because over 95% of the day, we are operating on autopilot. You wake up in the morning, you get up from your bed, you maybe go use the bathroom, you brush your teeth. Most people start flipping their phone, they're checking their notifications, email, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. I don't know what you do, but that's what most people do, right? So kids end up becoming the way they are because of what people say, what their friends say. The best way to rewrite your program is through affirmations. Affirmation is a good way to change whatever programming does not serve us well. And affirmations is affirmations, right? There's no right or wrong affirmation or way to do affirmation. As long as it works, right? It works. But there can be positive and negative programming when it comes to affirmations. As you already know, every human being operates from one of two planes. Either you are positive or you're negative. You're a pessimist or you are an optimist. Check out every friend you have. They are either positive people full of energy, always say encouraging words, always look at things from the glass half full. And you have friends that are always looking at things from the glass half empty. You have friends that always diagnose and analyze things from risk. You bring a business proposal to them. The first thing they tell you is how risky it is. Oh, did you know such and such invested $5,000 in that business and the next day she lost all her money? Oh, did you know that such and such invested 10 million in that business and in 6 months he lost his money? They will never tell you the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people that made money from that same business. But they will know all the people that never succeeded in that business. Do you have any friends like that? That's how human beings are. And oftentimes human beings are first, they always tell you about the things that didn't work. They know all the ways how things will not work. But you realize the same energy, time that you use and spend talking about things that don't work, you put that same time to talk about things that work, things that will work. Look at things from how they will work, how you can be successful. You get the same result of success. You get the same positive result. You get the same result of overcoming obstacles, being successful, being a profitable business. You get my point? Same event happens, different interpretations, different perspective. Let's say it rains. Today, beautiful, sunny California. The same event, one person comes and says, oh my God, today is ruined. I cannot go out and have a picnic. I was supposed to have a date today, and now this will ruin my date. And I'm going to have a bad day, blah, 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 blah. Same rain. Another person comes and says, oh, wow, what a beautiful rainy day. The plants are going to be watered. It's going to be the air, the energy is different. I love rain. Rain makes things grow. Rain brings life. You're going to have more water. Same event, rain, different outcomes. In life, what we attract, what happens in our life is based on our perspective. It's based on perception. It's based on how we interpret the event that happens on a day-to-day basis. Whatever career you want to do, let your driving instinct never be money. Money is the value that you get paid for providing a solution. Money is nothing but the value. Money is a reward for the value that you provide for people. Money is a reward for the value that you bring into people's lives. Check out everybody that is doing so well. Costco, Walmart, almost any service, even Tyler Perry, even Bill Gates, even Apple, even Nike. They're providing a service. Tyler Perry is providing movies, entertainment, but they're providing a service, things that people want and need, and people with their money for their services. It's all about providing a service. Doctors, skincare, therapists, even psychologists, life coaches, they provide a service. There are some things in life, everything up till today is what has put you where you are today. You cannot go past what you know in life. Where you are today is as a result of the information that you have up till now. For in order to break through, to get a different result in where you are now, you have to get new information. That is how life works. That is how reality works. That is how growth, manifestation works. What I'm telling you is you don't know what you don't know. And to know that you don't know is wisdom. Not to know that you don't know is stupidity, is foolishness. The first thing is you have to keep it real with yourself. What do you know? What don't you know? What do I need to know? Once you determine what you need to know, you start figuring out how to get the things that you need to know to get to have what you don't know. That's all it is. They sound very cliche-ish, but that's real. That's some true words. In my roundup, there was a word I said earlier. You can't hate yourself into a version you love. You cannot hate yourself into a loving you. Basically, that's what he's saying. You cannot hate yourself and manifest a loving person. If you hate yourself, the best place to start is fixing that hate, because hate is a negative emotion. It's one of the 7 negative emotions. And affirmations is how you can reprogram your mind from hate to love, because self-love is the key to everything else, is the key to self-confidence, is the key to better relationship, is the key to better friendship, is the key to everything. And how do you reprogram yourself from hate? You say, I love myself. That might be too strong for some people. You start with, I like myself. 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 Say it 10 times in the morning. The more you say, the better. When you wake up in the morning, even before you start flipping your phone and checking your notifications, some people, instead of waking up and saying, thank God, it's a beautiful day, they'll wake up and they'll be like, oh God, what kind of day is this? 2 different energy. If you wake up talking to yourself like that, you just pulled out all the energy from you. But if you wake up and say, wow, what a beautiful day. I'm ready to go. I can do it. Let's do it. Let's go. I love myself. You kickstart your day and your day just flows on a different trajectory. That is one way to program the mind. And for young ones that are trying to choose careers in college that lack confidence, you want to build your confidence by fixing your self-talk, the way you talk to yourself, because we all talking to ourselves every minute of the day. You're processing things, ideas are running through your mind all day long. Whether you know it or whether you don't know it, that is what is happening. You're having conversations constantly. Somebody put it this way, it says, it's okay to talk to yourself, but it's not okay to talk back at yourself because then people think you're crazy. But the reality is that it's okay to talk back to yourself because that's how you reprogram your subconscious mind. The only thing is that when you do it, you probably want to do it where you're not in a park where everybody is seeing you, where people can see. You want to do it in a private place so people don't think you're crazy. Except another way to fake it is to put your AirPods or headphones and pretend that you're on the phone. So you can talk back at yourself and people will not think you're crazy. But what I'm saying is when you reprogram your subconscious mind, it's a talk back at yourself. It's telling yourself that internal conversation that's going on constantly. You're becoming conscious of it and you're taking control of that conversation. That is power. That is energy coming from inside. That is everlasting energy. That is amazing power. But they say the average man operates below their capacity by 90%. So average human being uses less than 10% of their brain capacity. Imagine if we can increase this brain capacity by 5 more percent. Wherever you are now, imagine having 5 more percent of brain capacity to what you're doing currently. You will have more money, have better things, nicer homes, nicer friends, nicer neighborhood, eat in nicer places, sleep in nicer places. Imagine having 5 more percent on top of that 5%. Now you are 20%. It's amazing how you will be functioning. Not to talk about going as far as becoming 80% of your full potential. Wow. First of all, nobody knows what the full potential of a human being is. Human beings have a starting limit, but no end limit for human beings. Human beings are the only creatures that have unlimited potential in life. Affirmation is a key thing you want to incorporate in your toolkit. If you don't use it already, you can download my free affirmations. I have a bunch of free affirmations. Just listen to it. Let it play in the background. It reprograms your subconscious mind. You can play affirmations all day long, but there's 2 times when the subconscious mind opens up. One, before we go to sleep. The second time is you just wake up in the morning. Those 2 times are critical times. Can tune in or use these tools during those times before you go to bed. What you listen to, what you play in the background when you're sleeping to program the subconscious mind. And when you wake up, how you think, what you say to yourself, how that conversation, that is how you program your subconscious mind for health, wealth, relationship, friendship, spirituality, because these 4 areas is one thing every human being craves for. We all crave for a good relationship. We all crave to be loved and to love. We all crave to be healthy. We all crave to be wealthy. We all crave to have a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning. All human beings crave these 4 things. Affirmations can get you there quickly. They say the best ideas that is not implemented is useless. You're better off doing any idea. Your idea might not be the best, but an idea that is put into place, that is put into action is better than the best idea on paper. You can do research and spend millions of dollars on how things will work. But if you don't implement it, that millions of dollars is useless. It's the same thing as somebody who spent a couple dollars or no dollars for ideas, right? Anyways, in rounding up, it's always good for you to work with affirmations that mean something to you. As a matter of fact, saying that, yesterday I said we will do a challenge, 3 wishes challenge. But what I want to do is join me on my 3 wishes challenge. It's going to start on Monday. We want to go for 5 days. Write 3 things down that you want to change in your life, or you want to acquire, you want to get rid of, or you want more money, health, relationship, life's purpose, whatever it is that you are interested in, whatever it is that you want to get better, whatever 3 wishes. We'll write down 3 wishes that mean a lot to us, and we will use affirmations And because you want to talk about those three things all the time. They say we become what we think about. We become what we talk about. We become what we repeat to ourselves about. So no wonder when you see people that are pessimists, that's who they are. What else do you expect from a pessimist? When you see people that are optimists, that's who they are. You will expect nothing less from an optimist, because an optimist has programmed their thinking, their perception to always look at things from an optimistic point of view. Though I say that to say, if your goal is to work on health, to lose weight, if your goal is to lose 10 pounds, your thinking should not be about losing weight anymore. That's why you haven't lost the weight. Your thinking should be about becoming the ideal weight you want. Let's say you weigh 150 and you wanted to shed 10 or 20 pounds to be 130. So instead of focusing on losing 20, you focus on becoming 130. Focus on being your ideal weight. You take pictures of somebody that weighs 130 pounds, that you know they weigh 130 pounds. That inspires you, that encourages you, that you like, the body that you like, the clothes, or you take pictures of the clothes that you're going to wear when you're your ideal weight, the type of clothes that you wear, what you look like, how it looks on you. Focus on what you want, because your focus is what attracts those things to you. Same thing. If money is the goal, you want to increase or manifest 100,000, 1 million, you focus on what you want and come up with ideas and plans that can help you get to what you want, and not on how to get out of debt, how to be debt free. No, you want to focus on wealth, not on lack. Two different ideologies. So when it comes to relationship, if your goal is to manifest a good relationship, a loving man, a loving woman, a beautiful man, a tall man, you focus on what you want and you form an image. You take a picture of what that person looks like, where that person lives, what kind of car that person drives, what kind of income that person makes. You just be more detailed in what you want. They say the clearer you can give the universe a picture, a mental picture of what you want, the quicker you can manifest it. Could you focus on that ideal person, that ideal money, that ideal weight, that ideal neighborhood, that ideal house, that ideal job, that ideal income that you want? You focus on that business. What kind of business? How much is the production that you need? And we do the 3-day challenge. And what I'm telling you, there are steps to everything. There are steps to take it from when you get to this level, how to go to the next level. I'm going to round up by saying this. Most millionaires live a certain life. If you want $1 million, find out the lifestyle of someone that has $1 million. How do they think? How do they start their day? What kind of conversations do they have? What kind of friends do they have? What kind of TV show they watch or not watch? Their gym routine. What time do they wake up in the day? What time do they go to bed? What kind of company do they keep? What kind of drinks do they drink? Where do they eat? When you can break it down to those kind of details and you become that person, you will start conducting your life that way. That's how you manifest $1 million, because you're manifesting the life, you're manifesting the person. When you want $1 million and you go for $1 million, it's not the money that matters, but it's the person you become in the process, the mindset. That is what matters. Same thing with everything else. When you focus on what you want and you bring it to specific details. If you are someone in college, your goal of graduating is to earn income, to make money. Yes. If you're not very clear what your end game is, what career, what your profession will be, focus on what you like to do, what makes you happy. Think about it this way. If I had no money issues, if I had all the money that I needed in this life, I had no bills to pay, no worries for money, what will I be doing with my time? What will I be doing? What career, what job, what industry will I be in? When you start thinking about it that way, that is how you know your calling, your purpose, what you like, what you enjoy. Now you start working towards or attracting that industry, that person. That's how you start attracting that into your life. Okay. That's my point. That's what I want to say. So you download the 3 Wishes Challenge. I'm not going to chase after you. I'm not going to do anything for you, but only to review what you are doing. We're going to hold ourselves accountable. You are here because you want to be. Nobody can make you do anything that you do not want to do. So that's what the 3 Wishes Challenge is. You are your own teacher. You will grade yourself. You will hold yourself accountable. We are just a cheerleader. We're going to cheer you on to the victory line. That's what we're doing. My goal is to help you be, do, have. Once you can be, do, you can have. The world is full of suffering today because people want to do things in reverse. People want to have without doing, without being. So they want to have, they want to do, and they want to be. It doesn't work like that. You got to plant the seed. The seed has to die first, germinate, and bring fruit. That's how nature has all the answers. If you look around, nature has every answer to everything we need or want in this life. Why do we make things difficult? So you need to be first, then do, then have. That is the law of life. That is the law of increase. The law of habit says, when you sow an act, you will reap a habit. When you sow a habit, you will reap a character. When you sow a character, you will reap a destiny. So act, habit, character, destiny. And people normally say that someone was destined to be this. You're destined to be rich, destined to be poor, destined to be broke, destined to marry somebody. Nobody was destined to do anything, to be anything. That destiny business is just an easy cap out. We become what we think about. We create our state of being. We create our own destiny. Destiny is just a result of the conscious or unconscious things that people do repeatedly. If it is positive, they say is destiny. If it is negative, if things don't work out well, they say is fate or misfortune. Why do you claim things when they are positive, but when they are negative, you want to put the power or the blame on somebody else? No, take the blame if you don't succeed. Take the praise if you succeed, because we create or uncreate our life, our world by ourselves. We are responsible. That is the one sign of maturity. Today, we become responsible for our life, ourselves, our activities, our everything that happens in our life. That is the day we become mature. That is maturity. Maturity is becoming responsible for your life. Immaturity is putting the blame on everybody else. It's my daddy, it's my mommy, it's my friend that didn't give me this, that didn't loan me money, it's my uncle, it's my aunt, it's the government, the taxes are too high, it's my ex did this, my ex did that. You're just singing the blues, or there's no end to putting the blame on somebody else. But the day you accept responsibility for your life, the outcome of your life, where you are now, where you will be in the next 5 years, where you'll be in the next 2 years, where you'll be in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, is as a result of how you think today. Your future is as a result of what you do now. Your past is as a result of what has happened in the past, and you cannot change it. Instead of talking about it and whining and crying about the past that you have no power to change, you have no ability to change the past, you accept responsibility. You understand that life happens now. The only moment we have is now, this moment. What happened yesterday is gone, is past. is gone forever. What will happen tomorrow has not come. Why don't you create it? Why don't you make it the way you want it to be? Why don't you use your words, your affirmation, your self-talk, your self-image, and create it? That's what affirmation is. That's what repetition, that's what manifestation is. That's how the law of attraction works. You repeat and speak to yourself, talk to yourself. But you get my point. Anyways, if you have any questions that you couldn't ask me now, send me a message. If you need some help with mindset, coaching, directions on how to do XYZ, even in the social media, let me know. If I don't know, I can point you to who knows. So download my affirmations, subscribe to my Enhanced Perception podcast. You can find me on YouTube, find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Subscribe on my website, IkeMotivationBlog.com. To make it even easy for you, on Instagram, if you go to my homepage, click my bio, click my link tree. My link tree will take you to all my different sites, my podcast, my website. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your life.